Minister Israel Katz has confirmed that the country had initially planned to strike Iran in mid-2026. However, shifting developments within Iran and regional dynamics led to the operation being moved up to February. The Israeli army reported a successful strike on a major Iranian military compound in Tehran, marking a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict. Listen in to what the Israeli Defence Minister Israel Katz.
מאחר ותוכנן מבצע לאמצע השנה, עם אותו יעד, אותו יעד שנקבע, אבל עקב ההתפתחויות והנסיבות, בעיקר מה שקרה בתוך איראן, ועמדת נשיא ארצות הברית, וכל האפשרות לייצר כאן מבצע משולב, אז בא הצורך להקדים את הכל לחודש פברואר.
Now, joining us again, we have retired Major General Sudakaji, who is a senior geopolitical and strategic expert in Jaipur. Now, just quickly, Major General, why would the strike have been initially planned for mid-2026 and moved up to now? Surely it would have been better to wait until these negotiations finished, or were they started in bad faith?
See, what comes to my mind is that the elections in Israel is around the corner in the month of October. When you plan for a strike like this by mid of 2026, it takes the timeline closer to the elections. In Israel, I'm talking of. That is what Netanyahu is planning and trying for. Carry forward the conflict to such a level of timeline that it has got minimum gap with the elections in Israel. That is one. Secondly, the midterm elections in USA are in the month of November. So it takes the conflict spectrum closer to the timeline of changeover of the leadership, both in Israel as also, not in case of USA, it is not change of leadership, it would be a swapping of the dominance of the Democrats over the Republicans. So now, and within this time, they would have had enough time to consolidate and also show tangible and substantive progress. Now, unfortunately, in the race for, claiming the recognition, somehow they have goofed it up so badly that neither of the two is able to take the credit. The whole world is getting after them. Iran is in any case getting after them. So that is all comes to my mind. Another thing that I wish to share is that instead of mid, it has come to the first week or the early part of 2026. You see, now what is happening all over the world, things are actually getting militarized. People are getting prepared for the worst eventuality. Iran would be getting more time to prepare and consolidate itself. That would actually make Iran become stronger. Because in the first week of January, there was a special meeting given to Donald Trump. A presentation was given that Iran is not posing any threat against USA. He was more or less convinced. Thereafter, the Jewish lobby have got after him. They put weight on Congress and also driven him along or going for the strike. And certainly the strike information came from the Mossad and the CIA, and it was a golden rare opportunity. They have been hunting or looking for it. They said there is no better opportunity than this. So therefore they have gone in for it with an aim. Without any aim, they have not thought through the consequences. This is, unfortunately, I must bring out this thing. They should have thought about the inventory. They should have thought through about the military capability, about the Strait of Hormuz being closed, the way it has been closed, the impact it will have on the oil market and the entire economy. The whole world is actually, trembling with fear. There are showing signs of, collapse at most of the places. I only hope and pray that we don't get into a situation of 2008 Lehman Brothers crisis in a situation like this. You have everything getting affected. Oil, commodities, your fuel, food, fertilizer, the way of life of common man is going to be impacted. That is the big issue. That is why perhaps because of all these reasons, they came impromptu, got a target, hit it without realizing what actually lies ahead of it, or the consequences of this was not analyzed properly by the Americans and the advisor. Back to you, Ruby.
Major General Sudakaji, thank you so much this morning for coming on our show. It's been a pleasure to have you on as always.